So many things has been already told this morning about digitalization, about the future of the insurance industry. So just to save on time and to make Oleg happy, I can say I've got nothing to add on. So, well, of course I'm kidding. I would like to address a few things to you. And the first thing I would like to address to you is, does it work? Yes. I would like to talk to you about chocolate. You had already some coffee. I've got quite a good chocolate here. So yeah, if you are desperate for sugar, I can share this with you right now. So, Alexandru, can you pass on to other people, please?
Is this for me?
For everybody, sorry for that. Yeah. White chocolate. You'll find a nice story behind this, but I need to squeeze with time, so I'll make it very short. Let's get back to 2006. One of the Dutch TV presenters with his team, he traveled to Ghana. And what he found that children were working in the slavery conditions producing cocos. So when he returned back home, he gave a call to a number of chocolate manufacturers and asked a question, why to hell you're still using children to produce chocolates? The answer was, well, guys, of course we declared not to use children as workers, but it's a part of industry. So we cannot change this. We cannot combat this. And here comes correlation, because back to 2006, FRISS was established as well. And there are 3 messages today, which I would like to address to you. So number 3, that's your lucky number today, for a couple of reasons. When it comes to FRISS, we believe that insurance industry still can be trustworthy. The other thing is that, well, as managers, we would like to have healthy portfolios, but when it comes to individuals, all of us, we would like to pay fair premiums for our vehicles, for our property, for our lives, etc., etc. And to make the long story short, today, Tony Chocoloni, because that's the company, the TV reporter established himself. They are spread all around the globe, so you can find them in North America, in Latin America, and in Europe. And today I've got 3 of those chocolate bars. They are delicious, right? Where is the first chocolate bar? Oh, okay, I can see some people smiling. Nice, huh? Okay, so I still got 3 of those, which I'm gonna give to you, but well, there's, you know, as usual in life, you need to do a little job for me. So the first one is, ta-da! You may have seen this already. If not, please go to www.frit.com. This is the latest report and survey we did this summer. About 170 people from the insurance industry, including C-level executives down to managers, head of claims, head of IT departments, etc., etc. They responded to some questions, and they also reported back to us some critical issues when it comes to insurance industry and future of it. So what we found in this survey, this is it. There are 10 points that keep them awake during the night. As you can see, majority of those issues we've already discussed this morning. So it should not be a surprise to you. So without further ado, let me get to the first question. Question number 1. And the rules of the game are simple. The first person who provides the correct answer gets a chocolate bar. So the question is, which emerging technologies is the most often used by insurers? Is this Internet of Things, mobile applications, blockchain, or artificial intelligence? Sorry, he was the first one. Congratulations. The chocolate is yours. It's up to you to share it or eat on your own. Okay, let's get back to our survey. What you can see here, indeed, mobile applications are the most commonly used tools those days by insurance companies. But you should not be surprised that something like machine learning and artificial intelligence are just following the trend. When you have a look at the question, there is a word adopt, but adopt doesn't mean they use it. So for example, when we have a look at blockchain, well, it's about 23–25% of companies or respondents, they claim they adopt blockchain. But in reality, and this is also what comes out of our survey, only 2% of companies, they really deploy it. They really use it in everyday life to enhance all the processes, to also to provide a better customer experience to the customers, etc., etc., not to mention anything related to claims handling. Another thing, what do you think would be the most important and effective kind of technology which could support insurance in the future. Are you surprised about it? Artificial intelligence? We discussed a lot this morning about artificial intelligence. Well, I'm not surprised about it, but what I'm surprised about is that quite often, and this goes to my next question, and this is the question number 2, another chocolate bar to go. How many insurers believe that artificial intelligence will transform their role in the future? 84?
95.
95? Anybody else? Just shout a number.
5.
Okay. Anybody else?
75.
75? Bingo. Okay, so the second winner is over there. The chocolate is yours. Indeed. The correct answer is as follows. 77% of insurers believe that the artificial intelligence will transform their role in the future. Okay, let's have a look at this. Why they think it will change? First of all, of course, they want to see increased customer experience, customer journey. It's so popular those days when we speak to our clients. Of course, they want to save on costs. And here is the same side or the other side of the same coin, which is people on one hand say, yeah, let's deploy artificial intelligence. On the other hand, they say, well, if you are talking about cost savings, how about reduced workforce? So, from our perspective, well, we still will be having jobs in the future because of artificial intelligence, or maybe, as Michael said, well, especially on the sales side, it might be a very tricky thing to say, yeah, well, salespeople are no longer needed. This is a big question mark. I'm not going to answer this question right now. But of course, the most important thing from our perspective as a company is automated fraud detection and STP when it comes to underwriting, but also the claims. Okay, here I would like to introduce 2 persons. First is the Freddy the Fraudster, this little gentleman on the left. And the other person I would like to introduce to you is Radu. He's sitting over there. Radu, raise your hand. Not because Radu is a famous fraudster, this is not the case, but Radu is my local support here in Romania. So Radu, thanks for all your support to date. So Freddy the Fraudster, he's got 3 things in his mind. Again, number 3, remember about this. First, to get insured. Then, well, to have a claim, and at the end of the day, to get some payment out of this. And there are, let's say, 2 moments you can predict Freddy the Fraudster from getting his money. First is prediction, and the other one is detection. How you can do this? It's as simple as this. We provide 3 modules. First is for underwriting, the other one is for claims, and the third one is SIU. Anybody knows what is SIU? This is abbreviation for Special Investigation Unit. Usually those are former policemen or police ladies working for the insurance industry or insurance companies just detecting fraud. It's a very serious job. But we help them out to gather necessary information, especially when they decide to go to court. Okay, and how we do this? And this is the magic. This is what we do. This is how we do things at FRISS. Some people call it meat mincing machine. I would call it rather an engine, but the important thing here is we put enormous amount of data. We also discussed data, addressed data issue this morning. We put enormous amount of data, external, internal. I'll get back to this in 2 minutes. And we deploy artificial intelligence, which is in the middle of this engine. And what it comes out of this is so-called FRISS score. Remember this word, FRISS score, because this is pretty important. It will be pretty important in a couple of months from now. Okay. Question number 3, how many types of artificial intelligence generalists? So this is not technical, this is not a definition coming from data scientists, not whatsoever. How many types of artificial intelligence generalists roughly distinguish? To make your life easier, there are 3 options, 3, 5, or 7.
5. 3.
Who said 3? Okay, here's the lucky winner. Indeed, there are 3 types of artificial intelligence. Congratulations. Enjoy it. 3 types of artificial intelligence generalists are distinguishing those days. There's a general artificial intelligence, product, and also custom AI. Just to give you an example, general one would be like robotics or augmented reality. Product artificial intelligence, this is something which all of us, we use every day. You may ask the question, what is this? The answer is simple. This is spam filter. This is spam filter in your email. It traces your behavior. It sees if certain emails were, let's say, read or not, or deleted immediately. And it's also a kind of learning process behind. A custom AI, it's a little bit complicated, and I will explain in this situation. So this is a real-life example. This is one of our clients on property claims. So when it comes to general artificial intelligence, the machine was taught how to recognize windows in buildings. So that was a pretty simple task, but just supporting straight-through processing when it comes to underwriting. On the other hand, when it comes to product artificial intelligence, the system was fed with enormous amount of data, including image recognition, including also things like broken glasses, etc., and checking online checks with photos, let's say on Google or any other data on the internet, just to see if there's a fraud behind, or maybe the same picture has been used in the past. So this is the second thing when it comes to broken glasses. And the third one, it's a combination of processes, how digital organization is, and how quickly we can switch from today to very, very digital organization in the future. And this is what is called custom AI. The system is trained to recognize, also to calculate certain things, just to pay claims as quickly as possible. So again, number 3, lucky number today, I would like to share with you 3 learnings when it comes to artificial intelligence and data. So learning number 1, there's no good artificial intelligence without good quality data. Sorry. As simple as that. So the primary focus is data, data and data again. Quite often what we see with our clients, they've got an idea. Let's deploy artificial intelligence. Let's do this. Our question is, but why you want to do this? Because you can use a lot of data. You can put Internet of Things on that just to gather more data. You can plan and execute some actionable things behind this. You can deploy machine learning, etc., etc. But the key thing is why you want to do this. Give you an example. This is a part of FRISS solution, which is called Network Viewer. This is a visual form how to present potential links between claimants. This is, by the way, one of the UK claims. We know UK is pretty popular for some fancy things like whiplash and cash for crash, etc., etc. So this is a real example. So when it comes to data, you can gather enormous amount of data. And the first thing you need to do, you just need to make some cleanup. Next stage, do the same, probably the same and the same again. And then you need to interpret and structure data. With support artificial intelligence and machine learning, you can do it within milliseconds. So the next stage would be, we can somehow try to define correlation or links between maybe people, maybe certain numbers, maybe certain vehicles, maybe certain addresses, maybe bank account numbers. To get what? To get something like this. And usually when we present our solution to SIU departments, that you remember I said SIU stands for Special Investigation Units, people sitting there, they say, wow, because this is what they want. They just want to see correlation between certain individuals or certain, let's say, property items like cars or houses, etc., or pieces of jewelry linked to, well, some suspicious people. This person can be on the top of this picture, while the item might be, just on the bottom. So this is just how to visualize a real-life claim with the support of artificial intelligence. But this is not only this. Because I mentioned about data, the data is critical. So if you deploy data, but you don't know what to do with it, you can get a number. But if you don't know what to do with it, then you will end up with so-called black box. You know what is the difference between black box and white box? Not because of the color, so I will explain this to you. So black box, this is something that you've got something out of this and nothing happens. White box, and this is FRISS solution. You remember the slide. This is so-called FRISS score. FRISS score is fully actionable. Why? Because with our clients, we sit together and we put a certain weight or definition behind each and every number. So if this is green, then this supports straight-through processing. Whether this is underwriting, so application for the new, let's say, line of business, or if this is a claim, everything can go fast without, let's say, engaging people, without engaging additional resources. So just skipping from, let's say, dark green to red. If this is red, apparently, it should be certain behavior or actions behind. And this is why we differentiate black box when you've got a number and you don't know what to do, with white box. Especially for you, you are professionals, so you need to know what to do. You need to know what to do in your organization, how to address certain issues. So whatever the number is, you want to know what to do with it. As simple as that. And this is a real interface of FRISS software. So you see, this is a very simple motor claim. There's a number behind this. It's like 210. It's red. It's very suspicious. Just to give you a little example, that was a collision in the middle of the forest, middle of the night, almost no victims. And the driver, he reported that he was trying to avoid a deer. Machine itself will recognize forest, avoiding a deer, middle of the night, and few other circumstances related to this case. That's why this case is suspicious. The other thing, what you can see, is also that we've got 310 and we've got 210. So it can be that the claim handler, well, he just enjoys this lovely chocolate and thinks, should I have a tea or coffee? So he or she goes to the kitchen where the score is 310, but when he or she is back at the desk, it's 210. Why? Because the FRISS score, it can add on additional circumstances related to this incident, or it can decrease the value depending on what's been agreed with our clients. So to make the long story short, this is how the FRISS score is built up. So you see, 100 goals for text mining, suspicious words have been found. This is all machine done. So there's no intervention of humans in here. Those are machines doing the whole job, etc., etc. There are a few other things as well, building up FRISS score of 210. As you can see, the interface is pretty easy. You don't need to spend extra hours on that, and only you see those files which are red marked, assuming this is your desire. If you want to see all the files, green ones or orange ones, some people call it amber, okay? Those files will be apparently appearing on your screen. Okay, so getting back to learnings, I mentioned, or everybody were mentioning about data. So again, lucky number 3, there are 3 lessons how you can get more data. So first, digitalization. We've already addressed this issue this morning. So the question to you is, how digital is your organization? Is this gentleman with this lovely handset, or maybe with a little kind of upgrade and a little bit amount of money, you can use a little bit old-fashioned but looking nice gadget to support your digitalization in your organization. Or maybe you can use that kind of feature, which is also a part of FRISS solution, which recognizes number plates, can recognize picture itself, and using geolocation can immediately put a certain story behind the claim notification if this is real or this is false. So in this case I mentioned, this 210 case, the system will indicate if this is a real scenario or somebody faked either the picture or faked the circumstances of the incident. Or the other solution, which is behind the FRISS engine, is also a service which is called text in, data out. So putting enormous amount of documents, you can easily get structured data information which can be used for detection and combating fraud those days when it comes for underwriting, but also for claims. Lesson number 2, how you can get more data. It's pretty easy, I would say. This is just only 130 plus connections we've got those days with external data vendors. Those are global companies. I'm sure you can recognize some names there. And usually people ask a question, okay, but those are global players. How about local markets like ones? Of course, some of those, they are present in the Romanian market. Some of those, they use data provided by local vendors. So our role is just to connect. Important thing for you to remember is we connect the data. We do not collect data. GDPR regulation and a few other things, we should also keep this in mind. By connecting data, when there is a particular claim, we immediately online can do certain checkups instead of storing data. So from that perspective, it's quicker, faster, and cheaper for our clients. Lesson number 3. Okay, and I think we think that's the future of the insurance industry. Sharing information on claims, sharing information, sharing photos, sharing information on repairs, on also pictures, etc., etc. Sharing means caring, which means that you still are the owner of data, but you share this because other insurance companies, they can use it. Give you an example. Apparently, I would like to give you 2 examples. First one is Malta Insurance Association of Motor Insurers. They use FRISS engine. They created a kind of pool. So they share information for the benefit of all these 5, this is a small market, 5 insurance companies, so they can send checkups to the engine to ask a question. Okay, Have we had any, in the past, any fraudulent attempts by such a person, engaged vehicles, about repairs, about photos, etc., etc. So creating pools and sharing and collaboration between entities of the insurance industry, that's the future of the insurance industry itself. Okay, time to wrap up. I think I'm still on time, yeah? 2 minutes, okay, as always. I thought about 3, but anyway. Wrap-up time. First, 3 things to remember. As FRISS, we believe in trustworthy industry. We believe that all of us, we can pay fair premium, and of course, we believe that, yeah, we can have healthy portfolios. That's been proven since 2006 with 150 implementations worldwide. You can enjoy some big names here. I would like to mention Munich Re. Where is our friend from Munich Re? We are a strategic partner to Munich Re. Why? Because for certain insurance treaties, mainly motor treaties, we are also a strategic partner of Munich Re. With RGA, we are in talks somewhere, so maybe in the future, my next presentation is going to be RGA logo on it as well, because currently we provide our services to P&C insurers only. Also, quite often, we are kind of add on to core system integrators. I'm sure you are experts, you know those names, Fadata, Guidewire, etc., etc. What is important, remember about Freddy the Fraudster. He could be your neighbor. He could be your former colleague from your office. He could be somebody from let's say, academia. He knows the rules of the game, so he can easily get into your system, and he knows how to make a fraud. But me and Radu will make sure that we can predict and detect fraud as quickly as possible. And then, of course, we can support you with those 3 modules, underwriting claims and SIU. And of course, I shared with you 3 lessons when it comes to, let's say, artificial intelligence and data. There is no artificial intelligence. It would be ridiculous to spend your money, time, and effort if you cannot generate and have access to good quality data. As simple as that. How to get data? We've already discussed this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you.